And you would say, Ram, you are all pervading, you are eternal, you are infinite, you are without birth, without that, you are all bliss, all peace, all purity, all love, all joy. You are pervading everywhere and residing in the hearts of everybody.
He may be called the embodiment of universal love and service in the true essence. Embodiment. You cannot imagine in what way her mental machinery is working. It's always working. Ramdas can imagine to some extent how to do good to others, how to serve somebody, how to relieve the distress.
We are the all-pervading Atman, as also all other living beings that we see before us. First, if this thing is understood, most of the problems are solved. World 2 in Switzerland is the house of Jean Herbert. Papa is seen coming out with the devotees, usually attending this program of discourses. He comes out for an evening walk. There used to be 2 sessions of questions and answers, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. This scene is after the afternoon program. Papa scene with Jean Herbert. Father Kanus sitting in the house of Jean Herbert. After talking to Papa for a long time, he took Papa to a monastery. This is again another day in the house of Jean Herbert, going out for a walk. That was Papa's usual dress during the tour. Now this is another monastery in Switzerland. Their Father Kanus took Papa there. Papa is seen with the abbot, Jean Herbert in the middle, translating the talks. This is where about 90 novices were staying, doing sadhana. They were in solitude and also observing silence. Papa spent about 2 or 3 hours in the monastery. He had his lunch there. And this is a scene in Germany with U.G. Exner. There's a beautiful garden in Germany. You're coming to France. This is in the house of the hostess, Diana. Then Gretz Ramakrishna ashram there. Papa is in with Swami Siddheswarananda. Another Swami, Nishresananda, was also there. This is Swami Siddheswarananda with Papa. That is Nishresananda. This is before leaving Dayana's house. All those mothers who are helping Dayana in her serving Papa were photographed together. Coming to England, Papa stayed in Middlesex in the house of Patel. It was named, the house was called Jairam House, named after his son, Patel's son. This is in front of Jairam House. These were regular visitors. On teacher W. Caro and George Dudley. Papa with Henry Thomas Hamblin when he went to his place in Sussex. He was so happy to meet Papa, he forgot he was shaking hands for a very long time. He spent a couple of hours talking to Hamblin. Now departing from there, he gave a photograph of his to Papa and others. Papa is seen with a Sufi saint in Jairam's house, Monsieur Shroom, in front of Jairam's house. That is Patel, the host. Going to Shakespeare's birthplace. Spending about an hour seeing the old place. Papa was very happy to see the place because he had read all the works of Shakespeare.
When you yourself are that shining divinity, do you think Papa is just an ordinary Swami, ordinary Guru, ordinary human individual who lived here and joked and talked and wrote letters and wrote articles in Vision magazine? Do you think Ramdas Swami is some ordinary human being, a human individual? A being who through his wonderful tapasya and ekanishta and that sadhana, unheard of type of sadhana, attained total oneness, mergence and total oneness in the cosmic being, had cosmic consciousness. He became the universal being, a being who became one with the supreme cosmic spirit, and afterwards dwelt only in order to express that bliss of the cosmic being in and through his little, so-called apparent that being who was immersed and overflowing with divine bliss, the sweetness of divine bliss, Ananda. That's why this is Ananda Ashram. Do you think you are having a human being? Just reflect. Just reflect. First, that is what I wanted to tell you. When Gita says this wonderful thing, amazing thing about you, who is still in your ordinary delusion and your own, you know what you are, I have to tell you. When you in your present condition, Gita says that about you. What to say about a Tattvaveta, Brahmajnani, one who had become one with the Supreme Being? Just imagine. Would there be any greater error, mistake, blunder there to think of Papa as you think of any other ordinary Swami or Sannyasi or Guru? Think. Then Papa will reveal himself.
पराभिधा भगवती आसाभिधासावितरम् पश्यन्ती मनुमध्यमा विहरति स्वैरञ्जसा वैखरी. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. This is the second time that I have come to this Anand Ashrama voluntarily. This is my fourth visit. The first one was when I was 3 years old and the second was just before the Pattabhisheka. I was brought here. The last time that I have come, and this time, yes, I have come most willingly. This occasion especially is a very memorable one for me. It will always be cherished. Firstly, Parama Pujya Swami Ishwaranand Ji Maharaj had expressed a view, a desire to be here to visit the ashrama. He had been invited by the Gayatri Purushcharana Samiti at Mangalore, and we thought we could bring him here also, and he managed to do that. So being here in Swamiji's presence, I think makes it even much more pleasanter and better for me. And then I had stayed at Rishikesh at Kailas Ashram for about 3 years. At that time, we used to consider ourselves fortunate to have darshana, to listen to Parama Pujya Swamiji, Chidanand Maharaj, and to be here now in his presence and to be blessed by him. I think I'm really very happy. Chidanand Maharaj, it doesn't require any introduction, but I would like to say we are not just taught what is to be done. I think great saints do it themselves. They become gurus and then they become shishyas also. they have the dignity and they have the humility also. They teach us how to behave. This sort of a thing is being constantly done. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful to the Lord for that, for giving us this opportunity of meeting great saints who work at various levels. They come down to a very our level, they become like children. At the same time, they maintain the highest realization. It's a blessing to be exposed to such saints. We are all very fortunate. It is the only unfortunate part about it is that we don't have very much time. We have to return immediately after Diksha. It's a very brief, mean-minded people will say, I have come here just for the rasam. It's not like that. I had a feast, and I'm really enjoying every moment of it, in the company of such evolved souls and in the presence of sadhakas, which is more important. There is nothing much more that I have to say. I pray to the Lord that all of you continue to receive such inspirations, that you are given the will, the internal desire to go about and do the sadhana as you have been told, and to realize in this very life the ultimate goal. I have been asked to do a small kirtana, Sri Ramade. How much time? 5 minutes? 2 minutes? 5 minutes. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
was very anxious that I should talk a few words to you all about Pujya Mataji. Though I was not ready, and I usually do not talk much. I was not prepared for it. However, as Swamiji is anxious, I'm sure he will talk through me. I first met Param Pujya Mataji when I came to the ashram in 1947 for Bhagavad Prabhupada's darshan. I had just had that darshan and didn't talk to her much. But when I came for good in 1949, January, I became so close with Pujya Mataji that I became a part of the ashram very soon. It was all Mataji's grace. She accepted me as a child immediately, and I felt that I had come to my real home and met my real mother. I didn't have the good fortune of staying or enjoying the company of the mother who gave birth to this body, as she passed away when I was only 5 or 6. Afterwards, some others took care of me, but real mother I found only after coming to the ashram. Till I came to the ashram, I never thought I was at home anywhere. This aspect I had mentioned many times to our friends. With Mataji, I was moving so closely that I was either with Papa during the day, I was either with Papa or Mataji, from the early morning to late at night. I was going out with her. I was in the kitchen, not cooking of course. We were eating together, we were walking together, we were supervising various activities in the ashram together. I was like a shadow to Mataji. When I requested Prabhupada to permit me to go to solitude, Prabhupada readily agreed. But Mataji did not like that idea. She quietly called me and asked me what was the necessity to go to Rishikesh or any other place when I was given by Prabhupada, by his grace, the chance to serve him. Nothing is better than serving the Guru. Guru service, Guru Seva gives you everything that you need in your spiritual progress. You are thinking of going to the Himalayas and spending your time in meditation. He is not going to help you as much as the Guru Seva you can do here. So don't go. But I was not prepared to hear. I was adamant. As I felt that whatever work I was doing was not done with a right spirit. And I knew that unless it was done in the right spirit, the benefit was not there. So I wanted to maintain the attitude of dedication, of perfect surrender when I was doing any act, which I thought I could get only after preparation of meditating for a long time in solitude. I was wrong. Mataji's idea was different, and I finally found that she was correct. Especially, I was temperamentally suited more for activities than for silent meditation. She knew it better. She feels that, not only in my case, but in everybody's case, as Lord Krishna has mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, even after attainment, those who have reached the goal may like to sit silently, communing with the Spirit or communing with Paramatma, forgetting what is happening in the world. That is one way, and the other way is, having attained the supreme goal, abiding in that spirit, one must be active in the world. That is what our Papa and Mataji were doing. And Mataji was for that, and Mataji would advise only that for everybody. She never even liked anybody to take to the order of sannyas. She said it is not necessary. You go on doing your normal duties, but with the intense aspiration to realize the truth, by remembering God constantly, by dedicating all your activities to God, you will be able to attain the goal soon. But especially in my case, as I was given the opportunity to serve the Guru, she thought this was the best chance and I should not miss it. Ignoring her advice, I did go and spend some time in the Himalayas. But finally her will prevailed. I was called back after 8 months to join Papa in one of their local tours. And Papa wrote such a letter that anybody who read that letter would feel the humility in Papa. Papa could have asked me or commanded me, we are going on tour, come down and join us. Instead, he said, Mataji and Ramdas are going on tour from such and such a date, visiting such and such places. We will be away for 3 or 4 months. This time, we are not taking anybody with us except you, if you are willing to come. And such a letter went deep into my heart, and immediately I sent a telegram saying that I was going to join them at Bangalore, and I did do that. Another thing that happened was, perhaps Papa and Mataji might have been discussing very seriously about calling me. Papa would have argued that it was not advisable to call me because I went there for silent meditation. Mataji would have argued that it is better that he comes down and does seva for you. That way some argument must have been going on. And that night, while I was in Rishikesh, I spent that night sleeplessly. I was in the room alone, and I could feel Papa's and Mataji's presence so close to me. The invisible presence was felt, and I could not sleep at all. And I was wondering what was happening. It was only when their letter came after 4 or 5 days, I could connect up that it was at that night that they were discussing about my need to join them. So merciful was Papa and Mataji. So Mataji's will prevailed, and I came back. Even after coming back, I was not ready to continue working here, as I was still feeling that though I wanted to serve Papa and Mataji, I should do it in the right spirit, and I had not got the right spirit. Again Mataji almost scolded me that I should not think of going. I should do service to Papa. And she brought about the circumstances in such a way that my going was practically impossible. It happened like this. I was anxious that somebody should be there to help Papa in correspondence and other matters. And I had requested Papa to be on the lookout for a good person who would be prepared to do service in the ashram and who would be fit enough to take up Papa's correspondences, etc. And we did find a man. He came here soon after we returned from the tour. Papa tried him for a week and told me, this young man is perfectly all right, he can carry on. Now you can safely go, you need not be anxious. And I prepared myself with this, packing my extra clothes in a small bag. I was to go on a particular morning. The previous evening a telegram came addressed to that young man saying that his mother was seriously ill and he was to return home. And by the train I was to leave, he left. And after he left, I had again, with my small bag in hand, I had a talk with Papa and Mataji right in front of the kitchen behind as to what I should do. Papa said, you go, don't worry about anything. Mataji did not say anything. I asked Mataji, what should I do? He didn't answer. Mataji, please tell me definitely what I should do. Will you do what we ask you to do? He said, we ask you to marry tomorrow, will you do? That was the last straw. I didn't talk anything after that. I placed it back there. I said, Papa, let us go to the office and start correspondence. That is how she brought about a very important and crucial turning point in my life. And by her presence, I did not find it very difficult afterwards to carry on with the activities as I wanted to do. That is how Mataji became a very important guide in my spiritual life. And her close association for so many years, especially after the first Swamiji, when I had to attend to her health problem, correspondence and ashram administration, so many things together. They had to move with each other so closely that sometimes she had to scold me also. I used to be a little naughty sometimes. I used to ask her some questions which she thought was impertinent. She would scold me. I would take it coolly. And that she molded my life and prepared me to take up more and more responsibilities and carry on feeling that everything is done by Baba himself. That is the greatest advantage, that the greatest gift she has given. So, anybody who has come in contact with Mataji cannot forget her. She is the most unforgettable character for everyone who has come in contact with her. Even after 10 years of her Mahasamadhi, there are moments We can say that no moment we feel her, we feel the absence of her presence here. She is very much present here, and I even sometimes come here feeling that she is sitting in that room, expecting to meet her here. That feeling even comes. So she is very much here, and she is very much watching over us, guiding over us, guiding us. But knowing this, what we have to do is to do what she would have liked us to do. She would have liked us to aspire only for God relations, to leave all the mundane matters in the hands of God, to do as He wills, but aspire and to do everything only for God relations. We may think of Mataji, we may appreciate all her acts, we may say she is very charitable, she is very loving, her Guru Seva is exemplary and all that. But are we trying to emulate those things that she was doing? We are not. We are only, as she used to say very often, you all come here to give us certificates. Mataji is so great and so on and so forth. That is not sufficient. We must understand what she was doing and try to do exactly what she was doing, with what attitude she was doing things. Not that we should imitate her. We must become all Mataji herself. That is, we must be so pure, we must be so loving, we must be so, serviceable to others. We must do everything as she was doing. She used to say simple things to, especially mothers who are coming to her. Do not exchange your old clothes, old saris, old pants and coats for vessels, which mothers used to do in their houses. The hawkers used to come and they would bring vessels, give them in exchange for old clothes. Mataji hated that idea very much. She said, why do you want to make money like that? You old clothes, you gave it to poor people who have nothing to wear. At least gain some punya on that account. And to men she would say, don't hoard money. Hoarding is no good, you are not going to enjoy it. You keep as much as you need for your expenses. If you are a retired man, keep as much money in your bank, the interest of which will be sufficient for your expenses. Even keep double that amount and give away in charity whatever remains after that. People are not prepared for that. They want to depend more on their money than on God. That Mataji did not like at all. In spite of all the advisors all her life, she did not find people changing at all. So we must do things that would have pleased her, that would please her. Even now, as she is watching over us, she will be pleased if we act as she expects us to act. Let us remember her constantly and try to be real Matajis by real Matajis. In what way? By loving others, by giving away everything without possessing anything for her, without holding on anything for her, and doing Guru Seva. Her Guru Seva was not for the personality of beloved Papa. Her Guru was the whole universe. So by serving anything, anybody, she was serving the Guru. That was her attitude in service. That was what she meant by the word Guru. Guru is God Himself. As God is everything and beyond everything, everything means the whole universe is God's form. That is Guru's form. Serving anybody is serving the Guru. That was how she was serving Papa. She expected us also to widen our vision, to love everybody and to love and serve everybody. Let us all try to do as she was doing and try to do that would please her and make her bless us to go fast on the path and reach the supreme goal. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram.
Today, in another 2 hours from now, Puja Swami Sachidanandji will be completing 50 years of entry into the ashram in total and absolute dedication to our Param Puja Papa and Mataji. It was just before twilight on 26th January 1949 that Puja Swamiji, clad in a dhoti and a jubba and the inevitable scarf on his shoulder, around his neck, walked into the ashram gates. Papa and Mataji were then standing near the cement seat, watching the visitors' progress with interest. As Swamiji came up the steps of the Panchavati, a broad smile lit up Papa's and Mataji's faces, and they welcomed their newest child into their midst, a child who was going to take over the reins of administration when your Papa and Mataji betook themselves away from our midst in the physical sense of the term. As Swamiji came up, I am told, Papa smilingly patted him on the back and told him, "So you have come." It was a dedication in the finest sense of the term. It was a dedication that left nothing to doubt, nothing to question. Swamiji turned his back on the world that he had till then called his own and gave himself up, heart, body and soul, to beloved Papa and Mataji in their service, no matter what that service would be. Swamiji once was telling us that one of the first jobs that Papa assigned him was to work in the office, in the accounts department, and then in the Udyog Shala to straighten the accounts there. Thus, slowly and gradually, Swamiji's scope of activities increased. The first time Papa and Mataji went on a tour after a long time, that was in June 1949. At that time it was just 5 or 6 months since Swamiji had come to live here for good. Papa and Mataji decided that to leave the administration of the ashram in the hands of Swamiji, because everything would go right. And after 3 months when Papa came back, and soon after when Papa and Mataji again decided to go on a tour, they decided to take Swamiji with them. The rest is history. Swamiji was told by Papa to take sannyas, even though Mataji was not very much happy about it, because she felt that Swamiji could attain all that he ultimately did in the presence of Papa and serving him here. But Papa's will prevailed, as it always does. And Swamiji went to the Himalayas, to Rishikesh, where he had the company of other Swamis like Puja Swami Chidanandji, Puja Swami Vishnu Chaitanya, and other Swamis who had been ordained into sannyas by Puja Swami Shivanand Maharaj. 8 months later, Lord Papa chose to call Swamiji back into service, back into our world, back into our midst. Since then, Swamiji has been with us, and we gratefully and most humbly acknowledge to Beloved Papa and Mataji this unique gift that they have given to us to honor, to cherish, and to look after. So on this day of days, on this thrice blessed day, let us observe this day as a day of thanksgiving to Papa and Mataji for giving us a Satchidananda who promises to take us along the path chalked out by our Papa and Mataji unto the highest goal, eternal happiness. We are thankful to you, Papa. We are thankful to you, Mataji. And in the same humble tone, I would say, we are grateful to you, Puja Swamiji. Om Sri Ram.
Try to remember him constantly by adopting any method you may like to.
E per fare questo fatelo costantemente, adottando qualsiasi mezzo che potete ritenere buono, che vi capita.
The easiest is to take his name constantly.
E la cosa più facile è di ripetere, di pensare costantemente al suo nome.
And when you take the name, say, "Oh Lord, you are all pervading."
E quando avete preso questo nome ripetete, "Oh Dio, Signore, tu di ogni cosa.
You are infinite and eternal.
Tu sei infinito ed eterno.
You have manifested as the universe.
E ti manifesti come l'universo.
And you are seated in everybody's heart. You are seated in everybody's heart.
E risiedi nel cuore di ognuno.
So when you say you have manifested as the entire universe, whatever is for you is his form.
E quando dite appunto che si manifesta in tutto l'universo, che cos'è la sua forma o che cos'è la tua forma?
So as I described earlier, whatever you see is a combination of Purusha and Prakriti.
E quindi, come vi ho descritto prima, tutto quello che vedete è una combinazione di Purusha e Prakriti.
So don't see them as individuals, but see them as God.
Quindi non vedeteli come entità individuali, ma vedeteli come Dio.
This has to be practiced.
E questo deve essere praticato.
And it can be successfully done by practice.
E può essere fatto con successo attraverso la pratica.
The success will depend upon the intensity of your aspiration to realize it.
E il successo dipenderà dall'intensità del vostro desiderio di realizzare questo.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.